The repair shop sat in the lower districts of Zenith Station, wedged between a protein synthesizer outlet and a gravity regulator service center. Its sign flickered in 3 languages, though the human script read simply, "Moran's repairs. If it's broken, I'll fix it." Moran wiped grease from his hands onto a rag that had long since abandoned any pretense of cleanliness. The plasma welder cooled on his workbench, its blue glow fading as he examined the mining drone he'd just resurrected. Around him, the shop was organized chaos, shelves crammed with salvaged parts, tools hanging from magnetic strips, and half-dissected machines in various states of repair. The door chimed. Not the usual hydraulic hiss of adult customers, but the softer tone that indicated someone under 4 feet tall. 2 children stood in the doorway. The boy couldn't have been more than 8 standard years, his sister perhaps 10. But they weren't human. Their skin held an opalescent quality that shifted between silver and pale blue, and their eyes, large and luminous, marked them as Valorians, one of the Galactic Council's founding species. "Hello?" the girl said, her voice carrying the musical lilt typical of her people. "Are you the mechanic?" Moran set down his rag and smiled. "That's what the sign says. What can I do for you, kids?" The boy stepped forward, cradling something wrapped in cloth. When he unwrapped it, Moran saw a mechanical toy, a bird of some kind, its wings frozen mid-flap, its crystalline eyes dark. "Our guardian said we shouldn't bother the repair shops in the upper districts with toys," the girl explained. "But this was our mother's. It stopped singing last week." Moran took the toy carefully. It was exquisite work, far beyond anything he'd seen in the lower districts. The metallic feathers were individually articulated, each one inscribed with microscopic circuit patterns. This wasn't a toy. This was art. "Your mother's?" he asked gently. "She died," the boy said simply. 2 years ago. The weight of those words hung in the recycled air. Mirren had lost people too. Everyone on Zenith Station had lost someone. It was that kind of place where refugees and wanderers and the forgotten gathered at the edge of council space. "What are your names?" Moran asked. "I'm Elena," the girl said. "This is my brother, Kale." "Well, Elena and Kale, let's see what we can do." Moran carried the bird to his workbench and activated his magnification visor. "No promises, but I'll give it my best shot." The children watched in fascination as he worked. His hands, large and calloused, so different from the delicate Valorian fingers, moved with surprising precision. He traced circuits with a neural probe, tested connections, and made soft humming sounds as he diagnosed the problem. "Here's your issue," he said after 20 minutes. "The harmonic resonator is cracked. That's what makes the singing sound, and the power cell is completely drained, probably leaked when the resonator failed." "Can you fix it?" Kyle asked, his voice small with hope. "Kid, I'm human. We don't give up on things just because they're broken." Moran grinned. "Might not be pretty, but I can make it work." He dove into his parts bins, muttering to himself. Valorian technology was elegant, efficient, designed with an aesthetic sensibility that bordered on religious. Human technology was different, brutal, adaptable, held together with whatever worked. Moran pulled out a power cell designed for mining equipment. "This is going to be like putting a truck engine in a motorcycle, but bear with me." He fabricated a new resonator using a modified communication crystal, one he'd been saving for a special project. With careful soldering and some creative bypass work, he integrated the human components into the Valorian framework. It shouldn't have worked. The technologies were fundamentally incompatible, like trying to run ancient combustion software on quantum processors. But humans had a gift for making impossible things work. 2 hours passed. Elena and Kale never complained, never grew bored. They watched every movement, asked questions about tools and techniques, and when Moran explained human engineering principles, they listened with an intensity that made him think of scholars, not children. Finally, Moran activated the bird. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the crystalline eyes flickered to life, shifting through colors: amber, violet, emerald. The wings extended with a soft whir, and from somewhere in its tiny chest came a sound. It wasn't the original song. Moran's human components had changed it, given it a rougher edge, a harmonic depth that pure Valorian technology couldn't produce. But it was beautiful, haunting, like a lullaby sung in 2 voices at once. Kale's eyes filled with tears. Elena clutched her brother's hand, her own eyes bright. "It's perfect," she whispered. "It sounds like her, but also different, new." That'll be the human parts, Miran said, embarrassed by the emotion in the room. We're not subtle, us humans. Everything we touch gets a little louder, a little rougher. Sorry about that. Don't apologize, Elena said firmly. It's better this way. So what do I owe you? Miran asked, reaching for his payment scanner. We don't have much, Elena admitted. Our guardian gives us an allowance, but... Hey, I'm talking to you, not your guardian. Miran waved his hand dismissively. What do you have? Cale dug in his pocket and produced a handful of small denomination credits. Maybe enough for a decent meal in the lower districts. Nowhere near the value of the work Miran had done. That'll do, Miran said, accepting exactly half of what the boy offered. Fair trade. Elena's eyes narrowed. You're undercharging us. I'm charging what I think is fair, Miran corrected. That's the human way. Besides toys that mean something, those get the friends and family discount. The children left with their singing bird, and Miran returned to his mundane repairs, thinking nothing more of the encounter. 3 days later, the Royal Guard arrived. 12 soldiers in ceremonial armor filled his tiny shop, their weapons powered down but present. Behind them came a woman whose silver robes marked her as high nobility, a Valorian duchess at minimum, possibly higher. Are you Miran the mechanic? She asked. Depends on who's asking, Miran said carefully, already calculating escape routes. I am Guardian Thysia, keeper of Princess Elena and Prince Kael, heirs to the Valorian throne. She stepped forward, and to Miran's shock, she bowed. You repaired the Empress's final gift to her children. You did this asking nothing in return. Miran's brain stuttered. The throne? Those kids are royalty, yes. They've spoken of nothing but your kindness, your skill, and your human philosophy of making broken things whole again. Thesia straightened. The Empress Consort wishes to meet you. The Council wishes to discuss your techniques, and the Prince and Princess wish to visit your shop again if you'll permit it. Miran looked at his grimy shop, his salvaged parts, his impossible hybrid repairs. I just fixed a toy. No, Thysia said softly. You gave 2 grieving children back their mother's voice. In doing so, you reminded the Empire of something we'd forgotten, that the value of a thing isn't in its perfection, but in its meaning. That's a very human lesson, Miran, perhaps one we need to learn. As the guard escorted him toward the upper districts, Miran caught sight of Elena and Kael waiting at the transport. The mechanical bird sat on Elena's shoulder, singing its hybrid song. She waved, and Miran waved back, wondering how a simple repair job had turned into whatever this was becoming. But that was humans for you. They fixed things, not because it was profitable or prestigious, but because broken things deserved to work again, even if those things belonged to empires.